your duty to the contract is to make sure that you accept the good and the services and to make sure that you pay the good forward to another. That is your duty. So the seller must make sure that they deliver the goods to you and that they are conforming to the contract, and you must make sure that you accept them and pay them to another according to the contract.
And like it's like a circle, right?
Yes, it's like a triangle. It's going to constantly keep going around just like
Yeah.
that until your loan is repaid. Tender is an offer of performance from a party of a contract. So tender is the only condition when it comes to goods and contracting for them. So whenever you receive an offer, like your bill in the mail, whenever that bill is tendered by mail to you, that is an offer to perform. That is an offer for you to take that document, accept it, and use it into commerce. Because that's what you
Okay.
must do as a buyer. You must accept and pay it.
Yeah, so it's very much like the offer in a way.
Right, right. They're
Yeah.
tendering you an offer to perform to your contract.
Yeah.
And the item that they're tendering you to perform to your contract with is the actual bill itself,
So we're accepting it and then tendering it to somebody to the
or known to be a delivery order. They order you to deliver it to someone else. Tendering documents and the delivery of documents include the buyer and the seller. So you and them, you include or you are included as a person who is supposed to tender the goods. You, the buyer, you're obligated to accept the goods, and the seller is entitled to the price of the goods. So once you accept the goods and you transfer them, you pay them to a financial institution. The seller, the merchant, they are the person who is entitled to the price of the good because they have security entitlement. So we're exchanging our document for value for a price, but the price that we're exchanging it for, we're not entitled to that price. The merchant who we have our contract with is entitled to the price. A seller
Mm.
tender goods to you, and you, the buyer, deliver goods to another.
Well, I think I was overthinking that. Right now that you just said it, I was like, wow. I was like, what the fuck? Excuse my friend. Um,
That's the
so
purpose of us talking about it though. So just like don't be
yeah,
afraid to like say exactly what it is that is on your mind, exactly how it is you feeling because it could be broken down, just this way so that you do stop kind of overthinking it. And this you kind of want to look at the words and just kind of take them for what they are.
yeah, the buyer is obligated to accept the goods. Well, yeah, if he's buying it, but the seller is entitled to the price of the goods that is entitled to the price of the goods. How does
A merchant like AT&T, they hold an account for you, right? You went through them to get the phones that you wanted or and the service, correct?
right?
Later on, they send you a bill in the mail, correct?
Mm-hmm.
You're obligated to accept it. When you accept it for value, and the value is going to be the price of your bill, correct? So say if it's $250, then that is the price of your good, correct?
Yeah.
The $250, the merchant who you receive the cell phones from and the service from, they are the one who is entitled to the price, the $250 of those goods. So you receive the goods, but they receive the price of the goods for providing you a service. In exchange for the personal property, they're going to give you a price. That price must go to the seller. It must go to the merchant because the merchant is the person who provided you the service, who gave you the phone or gave you the internet service or phone service. Always the value that you're exchanging for. If your bill is $250
Yeah.
and you are exchanging your bill with a bank for $250, instead of you receiving that $250, the merchant who you want to pay is going to receive that $250 because they're entitled to it. Because they provided some type of service to you, they are entitled to the price of the bill.
Oh, yeah, because they're selling.
And the final destination of the
back to
price of
us.
the money is going to go to them, because on your bill it says pay to the person who you're in business with. So that means that the
Yeah. Oh,
price,
the triangle. We close the
yes,
triangle. Like, yeah. Okay.
yes,
Ah. Ta-da!
yes, they're going to be making that deposit to your account. And now
Yeah.
your bill is paid.
Well, you know what? I think you have to add these like light bulb moments to the sound effects.
I know, right? Look, I wish I was a good editor. Non-conforming goods are goods that are tendered to you representing a credit, whether it's a negative balance or in parentheses. If it represents a credit being given to you without you making a claim to it, it's non-conforming. When we receive a non-conforming good, we want to keep it. We want to accept it because we are receiving a non-conforming good due to accommodation. Or usually they will send us a conforming good that represents the credit, the amount, the price, besides showing that a credit has been given.
That's wild. If it's in a negative or parentheses, that's a non-conforming good, right?
Yes, because they said that they were going to send you a bill for
Right.
a certain amount of money.
So that's why it's performing.
That's why it's conforming.
Okay. Conforming. Not if not, it wouldn't.
Right. If it was
If
in
it
a
wasn't,
negative, that's not what it said in the contract. In the contract, it didn't say where we're going to send you negative zero bills or negative of dollar bills. It didn't say that in the contract.
see, this is the kind of stuff that, like, if I don't get, like, if I don't, like, I just won't. You know what I mean?
No,
But
but you're actually doing really good. Like you really are. Like the way that you are explaining things back to me, it lets me
yeah,
know that you understand. And I know that the more that you do get used to these terms and just reading it, that you'll fully understand. But you do understand. Like you are following along. You are doing good.
no, I appreciate it. No, to be honest, it's because of you. Like, you're very, you just know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Hey, man, you gotta get, you gotta. That's your thing. You dice. You're like doing dissections over here, and you're getting surgical with it.
The first thing that you must do when you receive your bill is examine it. But when you decide to use your bill and give consideration to your bill, you must identify it. What type of good do you have? Consumer goods, and then they're going to have slash services because they provide a service and they make sure that you receive consumer goods.
Gotcha. And yeah, I have seen that. I was just kind of wondering if that's that or
Yes.
there's
So that's
more.
that's them actually identifying your bill. You obtain what's called insurable interest. You have insurance, insurable interest. That you have insurance, insurable interest. That insurable interest is going to cover the price of the goods that you identified. You are able to get insurable interest because you identified the actual good. You get an insurance to cover the price of your document. Your security interest in personal property in your bill helps you obtain insurable interest to cover the price so that it satisfies your obligation to pay. Interest covers the obligation of all of your contracts. You will see it in your car contracts. It will say the security interest covers the obligation of the whole contract. The document, it covers and ensures payment and performance.
So that you don't have to pay some cash.
Exactly, because that's not what we want to do.
Yay! No, we
So you
want we want to pop bottles in Rose Submarine.
period.
Come on,
Okay.
fucking Chris.
Okay, so to wrap this portion up, when we're dealing in commerce and we're making payment,
Mhm.
the personal property is worth the price, however much the bill is.
Right.
So we're going to use it so that we make payment to satisfy our obligation with merchants who we have contracts with. They are entitled to the price of the document. whether we pay cash for it or we exchange it for value.
Nice.
So do you feel like you understand the sale, lease, and transfer of documents?
Yeah.
So
And right now, without taking notes, like I actually, now that like you closed it off with, I think you closed it off pretty good
okay, great.
because I was able to understand it. I mean, obviously, there I could always, anyone can go back and reaffirm some stuff and just, but
Right.
I feel pretty good. Maybe not to like right away, just like, hey, let me like literally explain it to you, like flip it around. But yeah, that was good. I like it. I like how we're definitely taking the time to break it down and digest, because man, like it's exciting, and like now I can really understand. Like I wasn't like super lost, but I was still pretty lost because yeah, I like really being able to talk with someone and being able to reaffirm and
What you
have
thinking? Yeah, and that's kind of what we
have
need sometimes. Just that extra boosting. Yeah, you on the right path, or yeah, what you thinking is correct.